So there are so many drivers who race year after year after year after year and never get the chance to lead the field to green in the Daytona 500, and you're going to do it for your second time this weekend. I want to ask you, though, about last year. What do you remember about that first lap?
The first lap was pretty cool. Obviously, coming off turn 4, seeing the crowd of stands and the biggest thing I remember, honestly, last year was Dale was starting behind me, and before the race, we had talked about how we wanted to start, and him making sure we got a good push, and I was just trying not to mess that up. It was my biggest thing. So, but it was just an incredible feeling, a great honor to have the pole down here, and to do it again was definitely special. And Alan's third in a row, which is, I think, even cooler. I have a very small part in the pole here, and really is more of a testament to the cars and that side. So pretty neat.
Chase, I know coming here a year ago, because of who you are, being an Elliott, because of the car you were stepping into, the 24 car, there were a lot of expectations. But to you, how much different does this feel from a year ago, and how cool was it for you and Alan Gustafson to peel that yellow stripe off that rear bumper the other day?
It was neat, and I do think as him and I have spent more time with each other, first off, I'm very proud to have him on the box. I think he's one of the best. I know everybody says that about their crew chief, but if you guys could only hear the comments and the nice words that guys like Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon have to say about Alan, you would no doubt agree with me, and there's no doubt in my mind that he's the guy to have. So I think, to answer your question, I think as our relationship has grown and our team has grown, I think I feel more and more at home. And for me, coming into this year, I feel at home now, and I'm confident in that. And obviously, you want to have confidence in certain areas, but you also want to continue to work and try to get better as always. So I think as we start this season, just trying to kind of keep all that stuff in check and not being too confident, but knowing that hey, this is home, and we can go do this and do our jobs, and have belief that can happen. And I think that's a big thing.
It is a really big deal to have an Earnhardt and an Elliott on the front row in the Daytona 500. Fans love it. I know that everyone loves it. I know you were young, but what do you remember about your dad's relationship with Dale Earnhardt? I
was really little, for sure, like you said. There's a picture that goes around Twitter, and I see I was sitting in Dale's lap, driver intros one day. It was kind of cool. Honestly, I know they had a big rivalry going on, throughout the 80s and whatnot. But when I was little, I remember them talking at driver intros and being around each other and not really having much of an issue with one another then. So that rivalry was definitely there at one point, but I don't necessarily remember that when I was little. In the early 2000s when Dad was racing for Ray, I didn't remember those two really going at it like that. So
they run real happy with each other
Larry?
at the '87 All-Star race, just for the record.
That is true. I do agree with that. But at that point in time, it didn't seem to be that big of a deal. So it is kind of ironic to have an Elliott and Earnhardt on the same team and on the front row nowadays after that rivalry, and especially that All-Star race.
Oh boy!
That day.
Congratulations! Thanks so much for taking some time. I know everybody has said this to you, but enjoy it.
No doubt.
Have fun out there on Sunday. We can't wait to see you lead the field to green.